Yeah, Krishna sometimes teaches lessons in a hard way. You all know that story. There was a mouse, and then in the forest, and then one day a cat was chasing the mouse, and then the mouse ran and took the shelter of a yogi who's meditating there. And the yogi took pity on her. He said, "Okay, I'll make you into a cat. Don't worry." And he turned her into a cat. And then now cat was happy. The mouse who became a cat, she's happy. She's going around everywhere happily. And then suddenly one day a dog came, and dog was chasing her. So then again the cat came running to the yogi, and then yogi again took pity on her, and he made her into a dog. So now again for some days the dog was going around happily, and the dog was becoming very proud and happy. But then again the other day, some wolf, it's forest. One wolf started chasing the dog. Wolf means which is actually bigger than the dog. So again the dog came running, and the yogi made her into a wolf. And then one day a tiger came. So, and then the wolf again came running to the yogi, and then yogi said, "Okay, you become tiger." And then after the mouse became a tiger, now its attitude has changed. Now it started looking at the yogi. Why not I kill him and eat him? So it will be a nice meal, like that she was thinking. And looking, and of course, yogi knows all what is in the mind and everything. And immediately looking at what is going on in the mouse mind, is changed the tiger, which was a mouse originally, into mouse again. So he said, "Become a mouse again." So, and then it became mouse. So like that, sometimes Krishna gives us all the facilities, gives us some power, gives us some beauties, gives us one by one. Krishna goes on giving. But then we should be thinking that, okay, this is all due to the mercy of the Lord. But then the moment we become proud, then Krishna, what he'll do, he'll say, "Become a mouse again." In 1 minute, we are seeing so many businessmen, billionaires, all the shares, everything crashing within minutes. The stock market goes down and then is gone. So that's why we always try to be servant of Krishna, and we have this chain to say that we are actually no dogs, and the chain is representing that we are dog to a spiritual master. We have spiritual master, and we are under his shelter. So, because you go in the on the roads, not here, Indian roads, you see so many dogs, street dogs, and then street dogs, no one bothers, and no one gives any respect. Or sometimes kids, they take some stones and they beat them. Anything can happen to street dogs. But if the dog has a chain or a collar, then people won't say anything. They say, someone's pet, and they try to find out whose pet it is. Like that. So similarly, if you have this chain, then Krishna says, okay, he's not a street dog. He's at least a pet dog. So let where we stopped. Mataji, Science Mataji, 2.7. So 2.7 was, we have to share also now. One second. Share everything. So share I think that will be fine. It will come. Let's see. Yeah, actually. Yeah. Okay. So we come up to verse number 7. So here, what is happening is finally, we have seen Arjuna is coming up with all the arguments, saying why he doesn't want to fight. He gives all the different arguments. He says by killing them, no, I don't want to kill my family members. Or he says it's not dharma to kill just for my kingdom. Why should I kill others? I'll go and start begging. So many things he says. Finally, after going through all, he comes into a situation where he says, could not decide. He's perplexed. He says, should I fight or not? It's like when you all had this experience, I think, when someone is married new, then he is perplexed whether to support mother or wife. so so sometimes mother, if you listen to mother, then wife will be unhappy, and then if you listen to wife, mother will be unhappy. Or especially if you are living in India, then the wife might say, okay, let us go overseas, London or somewhere, so that we stay, only two of us can stay, like that, So this is called perplexity. You get confused. What to do? Even if I act, then there is a problem. Even if I don't act, there is a problem. If I don't act, Arjuna is thinking that what about my fame? I lose, all this kshatriya and all this. So he finally takes shelter. He says, "Kuch bhi samajh mein nahi. I'm not able to understand anything. Please." Okay. So this is the verse. He says, he surrenders to Krishna. Karpanya doshopahata swabhava prachami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yekshreyasyannishchitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. So Arjuna is saying, now I am confused about my duty and I have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrender unto you. Please instruct me. So Prabhupada gives a wonderful purport. So this is the nature of material world, that people are put into perplexing situations every moment of life. So it says, that's why when you are confused, when you are perplexed, you don't try to act on what you think is right. You approach a higher spiritual authority, bona fide spiritual master, because they can actually give you the right guidance. Because what happens is, when we try to do some of the things ourselves, then we get affected by so many things. For example, Dhritarashtra, he could not do anything even though Duryodhana was doing so much nonsense. So he could not say no to Duryodhana. All the wrong things he was doing, disrobing Draupadi, he just kept quiet. So this is the problem. He thought, oh, because Duryodhana is my best son, how can I say anything to him? So this is what happens. So all Vedic, Prabhupada writes here, all Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from perplexities of life, which happen without our desire. So it's like, Prabhupada explained, like a forest fire. Here, Australia, we have special bushfires. How do they happen? They just happen without any reason. It looks so. Similarly, forest fire also happens for no reason. Two trees, bamboo trees or something, they get rub each other with a lot of winds, and then fire comes. The forest fire starts. Similarly, in the material world, everything is going fine, then suddenly you get a problem. So this is what Prabhupada is further explaining the purport. Who is the man in material perplexities? It is he who does not understand the problems of life. Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad says that the perplexed man is described as follows: Yova etad aksharam garbhi avidrismal lokat priti sa kripana. He is a miserly man who does not solve the problems of life as a human and who thus quits this world like cats and dogs without understanding the science of self-realization. So people live for so many years, and then after so many years, 60 years or 70 years, people come and ask, what did you do in life? Kuch nahi, I had wonderful time. Bahut piya hai, खूब मस्ती किया है. But that's all, no? End of the life. So, but then did you find out about where you came from or where you are going to go after this life? Oh, no. Just enjoy as long as you are there. So that is called Kripana, miser. Just like you remember that story I told you about a miser who found some gold in a box. So every day he would count all the coins and then close it, and then he would. So one day he lost the box of gold coins, and then he was crying like anything. I lost everything. I lost everything. And then the yogi, saintly person came and said, "Why are you crying?" He said, I lost the whole box full of gold. I lost. And then the saintly person says, "Okay, just wait 1 minute." And he puts some stones in the box and he gives it to him. And he says, "Oh, what is this? All stones? Are you joking with me? What is this? I lost gold means you're giving me stones." And the saint said, "Because you're not, even though you had gold, you're not using it anyway. So stones or gold, same for you, because every day you'll come, open it, look at it, and put it back. What is the point?" So similarly, Kripana means we have this intelligence. God has given us this intelligence. We are the most superior animal of all the animals, intelligent animal. And we have this intelligence, so we can think. But then what do? We just use our intelligence to actually eat in a sophisticated way, drink sophisticated drinks, or sleep in a sophisticated beds, memory foam or whatever on all the beds. You go to the shops, they're so costly, the beds are costly, foam, bed, everything. But if your mind is not proper, then doesn't matter how much money you buy a bed or sofa, memory foam or whatever foam, you can't sleep because your mind is disturbed. Actually, there is a famous doctor from Karnataka. He used to be a normal BM Hedge. You know, anyone know BM Hedge? Yeah. So that BM Hedge, Dr. Hedge was telling that that it doesn't matter whether you go to gym or go for walking or eat a healthy diet or anything. What is the most important thing is to keep your mind clean, mind peaceful. Then all the rest of the things work. If your mind itself is disturbed and you go for gym or you go for walking, you go for running or jogging, then it's not going to help. So that's why. And how to keep our mind peaceful is by chanting the names of Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So that is a simple thing. Just repeat that mantra and then see magic happens. You don't even realize the power of it. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to do any tapasya. You don't need to do any mystic yoga. You don't need to control your breathing. You don't need to do Satyanarayan Vrata or something like that, which is very difficult. Just chant the name, and then everything becomes auspicious, and your mind also becomes auspicious. Otherwise, if you use our mind, our intelligence, you know, to for all the other material things, because we are very intelligent. We use, we can write programs, we can do computers and all these things. But then if you're not using it to actually understand ourselves and the Supreme Lord, then what is the point? So, okay. So Prabhupada further talks about the Kripanas, or the miserly persons who waste their time being overly affectionate for family, society, country, etc., which is the material conception of life. So this is the common thing. People, they're attached. They are attached. So the attachment, or Prabhupada calls it a skin disease. The Kripanas have the skin disease. The attachment starts from the family. First he thinks, okay, my family, my father, my mother, and then after that, my relatives. Then after that, my what called jati, or my language, same language. Then my state, then Indians, then Asians, then black or white. So this is what called a skin disease. People get, and then so what happens? People get attached overly. So then you might think, is it wrong to actually love your family members? Kuch galat hai kya? What is wrong in it? It's not wrong to love your family, your nation, but then you have to understand there is two things. There is Swadharma, and then there is Sanatan Dharma. So Swadharma and Parodharma, sorry. Sanatan Dharma is Swadharma. Means basically two things. One is you are, as a parent, you have some responsibilities or some duties or something. So you have to do them. But then as a spirit soul, you have final responsibility, that is actually to worship the Supreme Lord. So as a father, parent, or mother, you have to serve your family, you have to serve your relatives, you have to serve your country. But then as a spirit soul, you have to actually worship the Supreme Lord. Because what happens is, all the relationships that we have in this world, even though they are so nice, they are temporary. Anything, anytime, anything can change. I was living in India for 25 years or so. So I was citizen of India. Then I came to Australia. And now I became Australian. So these things change. Similarly, our status also changes. I was not married. I was a bachelor. Then I got married. And then I became a family man. So these things, they are always changing. And similarly, I was very close to my grandfather, grandmother. My grandmother always would give me money. She will ask my grandfather, give me 20 rupees, 30 rupees, like that she'll ask. My grandfather says, no, I don't have any money. Standard alarm. I don't have any money, he'll say. No, just look, give me 20. So my grandfather will open he's got a not big one, like a small bag. It's got all the different zips. So he'll open one zip, second zip, third zip. So, okay, 20 rupees he will get. Because my grandmother is asking, so he'll finally give to her, and she will give to me. Take. So, all, So I was so close to them, grandfather. But then what happened one day? They just disappeared. So, and then you feel bad. Oh my, I was so close. How can I live without them? Just like when I was small, this person who makes bubbles. So the bubbles, they make bubbles, and the bubbles they become small, big bubble. And you look at the bubbles are actually flying in the air also nicely. And then just within a moment, they just get blown up. Top, So like that, our human life is also like that. So these are all temporary connections. You can have them, but then and some people, they have so much confidence on their family and relatives. They have patra kalatradi issue, atma sanya issue. Bhagavatam says that these people, they are actually going to save me at the time of death. But then when the time comes, no one actually saves. So it's only Krishna who is actually going to save us. So that's why we should have the topmost, first, that's important relationship we should have is with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Because he is related with us before we are born in this body, and he is still related even after we are born in a different bodies as well. So that is the permanent relationship we have. So like that, so that's why Prabhupada is saying that don't be a Kripana. Kripana thinks he's able to protect his family members from death, or thinks his family or society can save him from the verge of death. And such an attachment is found even in the lower animals who take care of children. All animals, they take care. Magpie season, when they are having nesting or doing something, then you go under the tree, they will come and they'll poke you on the head. So they all know how to take care of themselves. So that's why Arjuna offers himself to Krishna as a disciple to make a definite solution. He's asking. So now what's happening? The friendly talks are no more over. The talks between master and disciple are serious, and now Arjuna wants to talk very seriously before the recognized spiritual master, Krishna. So Krishna is therefore the original spiritual master of science of Bhagavad Gita. And Prabhupada says, yet foolish mundane scholars explain that one need not submit to Krishna as a person, but to the unborn within Krishna. So this is Mayavad philosophy. They say that everything is one and all those things. Anyway, so that's, and then what is Krishna saying? Arjuna is still continuing. Nahi prapashyami mama panutyad yakchoksham uchoshayan indriyanam avapya bhumau asaptam ruddham rajyam suranam apichadipatyam. So Arjuna is saying that I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses, and I will not be able to dispel even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like demigods in the heaven. So Prabhupada is saying, although Arjuna is putting up so many arguments based on knowledge of principles of religion and moral codes, it appears that he was unable to solve his real problem without the help of a spiritual master, Lord Krishna. So Arjuna could understand that so-called knowledge is God is useless, because if you have so much knowledge, then you should be able to solve your problems. But then if you're not able to solve your problems or perplexities, then what is the use of knowledge? That means you don't actually have knowledge. That means you need to actually get knowledge from someone else. So Arjuna is realizing, I know so much, but still I'm not able to get away from this problem. So that then I take shelter of Krishna. That's what he's thinking. Therefore, the conclusion is that a spiritual master who is 100% Krishna conscious is a bona fide spiritual master, for he can solve the problems of life. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this, Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi, Shudra Kene Naya, E Krishna Tattva Veta, say Guru Haya. It does not matter whether a person is a Vipra, a learned scholar in Vedic wisdom, or is born in a lower family, or is in the renounced order of life. If he is master in the science of Krishna, he is perfect and bona fide spiritual master. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining that you don't choose spiritual master basing on their caste or their birth or their status. Hmm. What you have to see is how much Krishna conscious they are, what are their activities. It's not just enough just telling, no, aisa karo, but then I'll do the way I want. There used to be one of our devotee before coming to ISKCON, he went to another guru. So that guru, he would eat non-veg, he would see movies, he would do everything. And then he would tell his disciple, but you don't do it. I can do it because I am liberated. I am liberated, so I can do it. For me, it doesn't matter. But you don't, you should not do it. So this, my friend, he got, this is not wrong. This is kuch galat lag raha hai now. So something. And then they found out him that he is a cheater and all those things. And then, so this is the thing. So choosing a spiritual master is not, you should not, you should be very careful in doing that. You can't do it whimsically, they say that. So, and it's not cheap as well. So when you try to get something cheap, then you get cheated. If you go to an iron shop and ask him for 1 kilo of gold, then he will give you something and say, this is gold, give me, whatever money. So you should be ready to pay the price. So that is important. And the Prabhupada here is explaining that, yeah, the most important qualification is he has to be Krishna consciousness. So it doesn't matter. Prabhupada give initiation to so many of the Westerners. All those today Western devotees, they are all there. And then some of the people in India think they'll ask, is your guru Indian or foreigner? How does it matter? What is important is how much Krishna consciousness is, how much knowledge he's got, how much realization he's got. Because anyone can read Bhagavad Gita, anyone can recite shlokas because they are in the books and the recordings are there. So you can listen to them, you can remember them, and you can listen. But then to realize the meaning of it, how much when you go, when you get a chance, you should, that's why listen to all those gurus. When you listen from Gurujan Prabhu, he's the one who wrote commentary on Bhagavad Gita. He wrote a book called Surrender Unto Me. So he's written whatever Prabhupada wrote, he gave extra explanation like that. So when he explains Bhagavad Gita, it's so amazing. It makes so much sense. Whereas if you go and listen for somebody, some Mayavad philosophy or some, they talk nonsense. They just say that, just surrender to yourself, like that, all the nonsense. So this is Prabhupada again is saying, Satkarma nipuno vipro mantra tantra visharadaha avaishnavo gurur nasyad vaishnava sapako guruhu. A scholarly Brahmana expert in all subjects of Vedic knowledge is unfit to become a spiritual master without being a Vaishnava or expert in the science of Krishna consciousness. But a person born in the family of lower caste can become a spiritual master if he is a Vaishnava or Krishna consciousness. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made Haridas Thakur as Namacharya. What is time? Namacharya. 8:40. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, yeah. Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made Haridas Thakur as Namacharya. But actually, Haridas Thakur is a Muslim. By birth, he is a Muslim. So, Muslim at the time means they are actually not even supposed to touch also. Whereas Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made him because Haridas Thakur would chant 192 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra every day. 192 rounds means when he will eat, when he will sleep. No one knows. So, and then he used to be so amazing, powerful personality and so simple. Sometimes Haridas Thakur used to stay in a cave. He's a Babaji, like a Babaji. he used to stay in a cave, and then all the others, they would come, like, they'll come to meet. Normally in India, there's no. But then in that cave, a snake used to live also, big snake. So people used to advise that, Ardas Thakurji, why are you living here? It's dangerous. Why are you staying in this? There is a snake, very poisonous snake. And then Ardas Thakur would say, no, what is the problem? I am staying in my place. She is staying in her place. So we are both happy, no problem. And they would say, no, 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 you better go away from here. Hare go away from here. Like that they were saying. Then one day, Hare Krishna. Then one day, what happened? When everybody was watching, when everyone is seeing, in front of everyone, the snake actually went. It came out. Normal snakes, they won't come out in front of everyone. But when everyone is watching, the snake actually came, and then it went away from the cave, and it never came back. So the snake also understood that I should not disturb a great Vaishnava. So that's why it just went away like that. And also Advaita Acharya is one of the Panchatattva, in one of the personality in the Panchatattva, who is Lord Vishnu and Sadashiva. When he performed Shraddha ceremony for his father, the first offering he gave to Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur said, why are you giving it to me? I'm not even a Brahmana, I am a Muslim. I'm not eligible to take this Hinda, like that. And Advaita Acharya said that, no, actually feeding you is equivalent to feeding 10,000 Brahmanas. Because he is Namacharya, he is chanting 3 lakhs names of Krishna every day, 192 rounds. So, Haridas Thakur. Yes, yes. Haridas Thakur, actually it is said that Haridas Thakur is none other than Yamraj. So, sorry, none other than Brahma. Haridas Thakur is said to be incarnation of Brahma. So, Brahma, if you remember, Brahma actually offended Krishna in that Brahma Vimohana Leela. He took away the cows and cowherd boys and everything, not just for a moment, and he came back. But a moment for Brahma is like 1 year for earthly time. So, he because he made this offense, he actually took birth in a very low class family, that is Melcha's family, that is a Muslim, like that, at that time. So, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw him, and he realized, he's seen that, oh, okay, he's actually Brahma, Lord Brahma. And then he was always, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always used to keep Haridas Thakur near him. So, yeah. So, yeah, the problems of material existence, birth, death, old age cannot be counteracted by accumulation of wealth and economic developments. See, there was one in the US, there used to be one very rich person by name Rockefeller, something like that. Rockefeller is a businessman, is a multi-millionaire, like that. One time he got some disease which no doctor could cure. So many medicines, so many doctors. And then finally someone told him that, why don't you start donating some of your money that you earned? And then he started putting some money to social welfare activities like the charity foundation. And then automatically his health actually became all right. He became fine. and he survived after so many years. He lived for so many years after that. So, Prabhupada, this is you should read these purports, because these purports are very important and gives a lot of information. If economic development, material comfort could drive away one's lamentation, then Arjuna would not have said that even unrivaled kingdom on earth. So, refugee in Krishna consciousness is the right path for peace and harmony. Economic development or supremacy over the world can be finished at any moment by the cataclysms of material nature. Even elevation to a higher planetary system, as men are now seeking on the moon planet, can also be finished at one stroke. Bhagavad Gita confirms, Kshine Punya Martya Lokam Vishanti. When the results of pious activities are finished, one falls down again. So one does good things, they go to heaven. Then once their pious period is finished, they come back again here. So that is the cycle. Therefore, if one wants to curb lamentation for good, then we have to take shelter of Krishna. And Arjuna is seeking to do so. And Arjuna asked Krishna to solve his problem, definitely, and that is the way of Krishna consciousness. So this is what is Krishna consciousness. So ultimately, we don't need to change anything in life except our consciousness. We can still continue doing whatever we are doing. We can keep working, we can do anything, everything that we are doing, but our consciousness should actually change, and that is the key to. And our consciousness, we make it as Krishna conscious. So, yeah, that is done. So we'll stop here. Any questions or comments? Okay.